Hey there, let me ask you something. How are you currently managing recruitment in your company? Because if you are hiring regularly, especially for operational roles, you already know recruitment is never just one simple step. You have vacancy requests, advertising, CV collection, candidate screening, interviews, application forms, DBS checks, contracts, and internal follow-up tasks. And if all of that is handled manually, things quickly become messy, emails get lost, candidate updates are missed, and teams have to keep checking multiple places. And before you know it, recruitment becomes slow, inconsistent, and difficult to manage. So now imagine this, a fully structured recruitment system where the entire process is connected and automated. Vacancy requests are submitted through forms. Advertising tasks are tracked clearly. Candidate applications are captured automatically from email. Screening and interview stages are managed inside ClickUp. Interview summaries and transcripts are pulled in automatically. DBS follow-ups are triggered automatically. And contract progress is updated in the same place. That's exactly what we built. This is the full recruitment workflow where everything is organized inside one connected system, and instead of managing recruitment manually, the team can follow one clear process from vacancy request all the way to final contract completion. Why did this process need automation? In this company, recruitment is always active, especially for support worker roles. So applications keep coming in regularly, and when recruitment is ongoing all the time, manual work becomes a serious problem. A manager may request a new vacancy, someone else may create an ad, applications may come through email, HR may need to review CVs one by one, interview notes may be stored separately, DBS follow-ups may happen manually, and contracts may be tracked in another place. So instead of one clear process, the team ends up handling recruitment across multiple tools and multiple steps. That is where delays, missed follow-ups, and confusion begin. So we automated the full process. Let me show you how this is structured. Inside the recruitment folder, there are 4 main lists and all of them are connected. The first list is vacancy and advertising. This is where the recruitment process starts. If there is a new vacancy in the company, anyone can submit the vacancy form. Once the form is submitted, it is automatically added to this list, so the team can immediately see where there is an open role without checking manually. Inside this list, we use 2 record types. One is vacancy request and the other is advertising tasks. So when someone submits the form, it first comes in as a vacancy request. Then if the team needs to work on advertising related actions, they can manage those separately as advertising tasks. This keeps the process organized and easy to follow. Let me first show you the vacancy form. This is the form used when there is a hiring need in the company. Instead of sending messages manually or asking around, the manager or department head can simply submit this form. Once it is submitted, the vacancy is automatically added to the vacancy and advertising list. This is the first step that starts the workflow. And because it comes through a form, the structure stays consistent every time. So you see all this happens automatically. Now, once the recruitment is active, the candidates start applying through job platforms and email. For operational roles like support worker, hiring is ongoing. So we built an n8n workflow to handle the candidate intake automatically. Whenever a new email arrives in the recruitment inbox, the system reads the email, normalizes the body, extracts the files and details, and then creates the candidate record step by step inside ClickUp. This n8n automation essentially acts as the bridge between the applicant's inbox and our project management workspace. It works instantly behind the scenes, parsing through data and mapping fields perfectly without any human intervention. The best part is that it also handles attachments, ensuring that nothing gets lost in transit. The CVs are also added directly in the task, so the team does not need to open different tools one by one just to review one candidate. Everything is brought into one place automatically. After that, the candidate is added to the initial candidate list. This is where the first stage of the process is managed. Here, the team handles the early screening steps before moving the candidate into the full recruitment process. There are several views and many automations connected to these stages. As you can see, there are 76 automations. For example, when a new candidate is added, the candidate is automatically marked as a new applicant. If HR decides to move forward and selects call for screening, yes, the candidate automatically receives an email. You see, this is a live email, and they can also see details from the comment. Then once the candidate confirms the date, HR updates the interview date field. And when that happens, the stage changes automatically to screening time scheduled. So even at this early stage, the system is already handling the workflow automatically. Now let me show you the screening test form. After the candidate confirms on the scheduled date, HR calls the candidate. The screening interview is done over a phone call, and during that call, HR fills out this form. The form is designed so that the responses automatically turn into a score. Based on the yes or no answers, the system gives marks for each response. Once the form is submitted, the total score is calculated automatically. If the candidate gets above the required score, they pass. If the score is below the threshold, they can be rejected automatically. And once the screening form is submitted, the data is added into the system and also updates the original candidate's record automatically. So the team can immediately see which screening steps are completed, which are still ongoing, and which candidates are moving forward. Let me submit one live form for you. I'll fill out these final questions, select the options, and hit the submit button right now. The moment I hit submit, an n8n workflow triggers instantly in the background to handle the heavy lifting lifting. In seconds, our background automation calculates the results and pushes the updates live into the task. Now you can see the score is auto-populated and the result is also updated automatically. You see it is passed. After the screening step, the candidates move to the main interview stage. This part is triggered based on the screening form submission and the candidate passing that stage. So once the screening result is positive, the candidate moves forward in this process. Then the team adds the interview details and automated emails can be sent from the system. When the Microsoft Teams meeting link is added, the recruitment stage also updates automatically. Then after the interview is completed, another automation processes the transcript and the summary, which we built in n8n. So instead of checking external tools manually like Fireflies, the team can see the interview summary and transcript directly inside ClickUp. That keeps everything in one place. Then the recruiter only needs to update whether the candidate is rejected or has passed the interview. If rejected, the rejection email can be sent automatically. If passed, the next step begins automatically as well. Here we send the application form link and declaration and disclosure form. This background automation ensures there is zero delay in keeping top talent engaged. Once a candidate passes the interview, they receive the application form. Our system is built to funnel every applicant channel into the same workflow. We also created a separate form for manual candidates or referral candidates so they can be added to the same workflow as well. When the candidates submit the application form, they move into the next list. At this point, the company can assign the candidate to the correct house, define the rate and the estimated start date, and update the remaining details. As you can see, the candidate submits the form and it is added here. Then the team updates the stage again. Here, we also added 43 automations, and many of them are email automations. Instead of the team manually tracking and sending these updates, n8n handles the heavy lifting in the background. When they choose Offer Email Send, the system sends the offer email automatically using the variable data from the task, such as the assigned house, estimated start date, and fee. So instead of manually following up on every step, the process keeps moving through automation. And after that, the DBS stage begins. Now, one of the most important parts of this workflow is the DBS stage. Before the company sends the final contract, DBS needs to be completed properly. We automated that part as well. From the application form, the system already knows whether the candidate has DBS on the update system or not. If not, then the DBS process starts. There's a dedicated DBS section inside the system where the team can track everything clearly. When the recruiter updates the DBS stage, the right emails are triggered automatically. Reminder emails continue automatically until the required action is complete. Once the DBS is applied, the date is recorded. When the certificate is issued, the next follow-up begins automatically. And when DBS is finally confirmed on the update system, that stage is completed and the reminders stop. For DBS, we also set up an n8n automation so that the stage updates automatically. So this part no longer depends on manual follow-up alone. After DBS is completed, the next part is the contract. We also automated this stage using DocuSign. This eliminates the entire back and forth, keeping the contract workflow in sync without anyone having to open DocuSign directly. When the stage changes, the DocuSign process begins automatically. Then the updates from DocuSign are brought back into ClickUp. So all the contract progress and documents stay connected to the same recruitment task. The team does not need to track contracts separately. Everything stays in one place and updates automatically. To make the process easier to manage, we created multiple views across the recruitment system. There is a DBS-focused view, a disclosure detail view, views for support worker recruitment, views for senior support worker, a house-based view so the team can see where candidates are assigned, a board view, a detailed application view, an SOP section, and lastly, a separate recruitment task list for any internal actions related to hiring. So no matter which part of the process the team is working on, they can see the information in a structured way. So the full system highlights are vacancy request form connected directly into ClickUp, advertising tasks separated clearly from vacancy requests, automatic CV intake from email using n8n, candidate files and details captured automatically, screening score automatically calculated from form responses, recruitment stage updated through automation, automatic email sending during candidate progression, interview transcript and summary stored inside ClickUp, DBS follow-up emails automated, DocuSign contract progress connected back into the task, multiple views created for clarity and accountability. So now, no manual inbox sorting, no scattered information, no missed follow-ups, no separate tracking for DBS and contracts, faster candidate movement across the stages, and clear visibility into the full recruitment process. One structured system from vacancy request to contract completion. Instead of manually managing a long and complicated recruitment workflow, the team now works inside one connected system. Instead of switching between emails, forms, notes, compliance checks, and contract tools, everything is organized in one place. And instead of spending time on repetitive admin work, the recruitment team can focus on decision-making and execution. This is not just a recruitment tracker. This is a fully automated recruitment operating system built to make hiring faster, cleaner, and easier to manage. If you found this useful, follow for more automation and system design breakdowns. And if you would like us to build a structured recruitment and operation system for your company, visit camelai.tech and send us a message. Let's build systems that remove manual work and help your business scale.